In this video, I'm going to be demonstrating grouping items in a pivot table field, and I'm also going to demonstrate creating a pivot chart. So to begin with, I'm going to create a new pivot table to work with, and so I'm going to start out on the art collection worksheet, and I'm going to insert a pivot table, and I want it of course to be in a new worksheet, and I'm going to add the date acquired field and the art ID field to this particular pivot table. So as you can see, we've got a list of all the different dates that these different objects have been acquired, and as you might recall from working on this, there's over 100 objects. So the first thing I'm going to do is change this column. It's adding up all of the art objects rather than counting them. I want them to be counted. So I'm going to click in the Sum of Art ID field, and then I'm going to go to the Pivot Table Tools Options tab to the Calculations group, and I'm going to click Summarize Values by Count. And so then rather than giving me a sum of the art IDs, which you remember are numbers, it's counting them. The next thing I need to do is group the row labels, which is the date acquired field. I want to know how many items were acquired per year, and right now it's showing me individual dates. So I'm going to click on one of the dates in that column and go back to my Pivot Table Tools Options tab to the Group and I'm going to click on Group Field. Now right now you'll notice that the grouping is by months, and I want to deselect that and select years. Once I've done that, I can click OK, and there my row labels, my date acquired column has become just the individual years. So once I've done that, I can then create my pivot chart. And so to create a pivot chart, you just simply go to the Tools group on the Pivot Table Tools Options and click on Pivot Chart, and the Insert Chart dialog box shows up. And this is very similar to what we're used to from working with regular charts in Tutorial 4. So I'm just going to insert a clustered column chart. And there's our chart. I'm going to go ahead and move that up to the upper left-hand corner of C3. And you'll see that there is a filter here for the date acquired, which is the category axis. So I'm going to go ahead and filter out all of the years except for 2010, 2011, 2012, and 2013. And again, this filter works just exactly like all of the filters we've been working with so far in this particular tutorial. Okay, so now I've got everything prior to 2010 filtered out. And now I'm going to just change the chart title, which you do just the same as you did with the regular charts we created. I'm going to call it acquired by year. And then since we only have one data series, we don't really need this legend. And if you look up here on the ribbon, you'll see that you now have pivot chart tools. And your pivot chart tools are basically the same as the tools for a regular chart. I'm going to go to the Layout tab, to the Labels group, and click on Legend and choose None to get rid of the legend. So there I have my pivot chart, and I've got my row labels grouped in the manner that I want it. And so I'm finished with my little pivot table here.